Audio check.
I know if you love the NFL, if you love the sports commentary and the sports drama, you have found Tony Talk's vested up, compelling sports edge. I've been digging in the NFL trash can, they files, and yes, some of those owners are in those Eddie files. You say that black women don't care about sports. YouTube says that black women don't care about the NFL. Black women to represent us in their spaces. But make sure you bring your notes, your drink, and your vest. Hey, come with it. Come with it. Yeah, we also talk about that too, allegedly.
All right, Vestos, we have some very interesting stuff to talk about this morning. Oh, on this beautiful Saturday morning. Hold on. Oh, Vestos, what we talking about? Good morning, Vestos. We are back at it, riding out with the positivity and standing firm in our faith. Now, after the last 48 hours, I have to double back this morning. Some more information is coming out. We're digging deeper into the Sanders blueprint. Shilo Sanders, what? The support and the backlash, and what it truly means to be your brother's keeper. And then I tell y'all, I'm gonna tell you something. Shilo Sanders made the choice to stand in the gap for SHEDEUR Sanders, essentially falling on his sword to protect his brother. What? Tony, what you talking about? This is what I'm talking about. Shilo Sanders essentially fell on his sword to protect his brother from the toxic media narratives. Is this a risk to his NFL dreams? I think Shilo, based off the freedom that Shilo knows that he has, compared to any other player in the NFL, Shilo Sanders know that his freedom is bigger than a check from the NFL, any NFL team that may call him. Now, does he want it? I'm pretty sure maybe he do. But right now, Shilo understands the power that he has in his own tongue. If Mary K got power, Shilo Sanders got power too. Maybe. But some things like family, loyalty, and God's purpose are bigger than football, and we all know they are. Also, this is why the right women is needed in sports. Because, hey, I got some proof. As I said in 3 or 4 lives ago, there are some men, melanated men, that was stuttering when it came to addressing Mary K Cabot. Now, this is one thing we all can agree upon. A lot of people call Shilo Sanders out. A lot of people supporting Shilo Sanders, but nobody, not even on 92.3 The Fan, called him a liar. Not one person said that Shilo was lying on Mary K Cabot. Why is that, y'all? We're gonna talk about that. So, hey, women, the right women, go ahead and speak up in sports, especially football. Especially if you do the homework and you know your stuff. Talk your talk, women. Talk your talk. Listen. No holds bars over here. That's why I said always, when you come into this room, make sure you grab your notes, your drink, and your vest. Because we stay vested up over here 365 degrees at Tony Talks Vested Up, compelling sports edge. Nobody said that Shilo Sanders was lying. I heard this thing went international reporting. I saw that Fox News reporting it. I saw that People Magazine was reporting it. Shilo Sanders, you made a clamor with your words. Now, Vestas, we already know other people have also called out Mary K Cabot in the same amount of time. Why she ain't say nothing about them, Vestas? Why? Why she ain't say nothing about them? You know why she ain't say nothing about them? Do you know why Fox News said something about Shilo Sanders? You know why People Magazine said something about Shilo Sanders? You know why 92.3 said something about Shilo Sanders? And all the other people that had something to say something about Shilo Sanders? It's because they knew Shilo Sanders was about to bring that check to them. Oh, they have found another gold mine in the Sanders family. Oh, just imagine the people that's about to come out and try to trigger Shilo Sanders to say something. Because what? You mean to tell me we can double dip with the Sanders brothers? What? We can get a check off SHEDEUR and a check off Shilo? Hey. Let me tell you something that my grandmother said one time, my mother said one time, Mr. Otis said one time, rest in peace, King. Said, hey, don't talk to the fool, because the fool will definitely scorn the wisdom of your words. So Shilo Sanders, you already know what the enemy is going to do. You already know what the media is going to try to do in the future. They're going to try to get you to react, sir. And king in yourself, you're rising up, Shilo. You're rising up, Shilo, with your own crown. I like this. Let's go ahead and talk, Velsters. Let's go ahead and talk. Let's go ahead and talk, y'all. Oh, it's Saturday, full of positivity over here and energy. Catch it, Velsters. Catch it, Velsters. Let's see who we got in the house before I continue. No holds bars. No holds bars. This is why the right women is needed in sports. I found a couple brothers that I love deep in my heart, and nobody's perfect. Just like I said when I talked about Nightcap, Ocho Cinco, and Shannon Sharp. They talk about everything. They talk about all sports, all players. So just like Nightcap, I'm gonna give my brothers. I love them. You know I love them, y'all. I will give them the benefit of the doubt, because I could tell even in that clip they didn't have all the facts. And I could tell the way that Joe was stuttering, literally stuttering, because the comments was eating him up, both of them up. Hey, I know you had a past connection with Mary K Cabot. I understand she probably wrote some favorable articles and sound pieces back, regarding you back there in your years when you was playing for Cleveland Browns. So I understand the conflict. But see, they also brought up some things. Only reason it's getting attention because it's a female. Only reason it's getting attention because, hey, Shilo Sanders has attacked the female. Didn't I tell y'all? This is why women is needed in sports, so we can neutralize any female that has hidden bad, evil motives towards our own, y'all. Let me go ahead and see who's in the room already. Come on with it. Let's see here. What's up, Dynasty? What's up? Good morning. Good morning, Slim 081. Good morning, SDP 1201. What's up, lady? Hey, congratulations. What's going on, Justine? What's going on, Justine? And I know y'all can understand what I'm talking about. It's resonating, and y'all already know. Todd Monken was asked by that messy Anthony Lyman about Shilo Sanders' comment. Todd Monken said, hey, that was just a man that was voicing his opinion. Anthony got shut down. Who? You should have saw his body language. That man was disappointed that Todd didn't come with that energy and said, we're not going to tolerate that in the locker room. We're not going to tolerate that in social media. We got to focus on the team. You know what? Because Todd Monken is a head coach, y'all. Todd Monken's job and responsibility is over this year right here to put together that winning offense that the Cleveland Browns and the Cleveland media should be focused on. Listen, Todd Monken got a 53-man roster and a salary to be concerned about, not grown people on the internet. And you know Todd loved it. Todd said he applauded. I love Todd. Why don't we go to the comments? What's up, Peter Supernatural? Todd say, hey, that's just a man stating his opinion. Boy, Anthony Lyman felt like this right here. He thought Todd was going to try to attempt to rip into Shilo Sanders. What? Get out of here. Mary K up here voicing her opinions and starting all of this mess right here. She playing and she's the victim. Really? Man, come on. Todd said, hey, I don't see no problem with it. Come on, Todd. I ain't gonna hold y'all long today, y'all. I'm gonna hold you right. But I'm not gonna hold you long, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. You know what? Let's go ahead. We're going to address the Todd Monken. I got like three pieces regarding his interview. I like Todd. But Shilo Sanders is the definition of a man with confidence. You know he was already raised with by Coach Prime, right? Yeah, we already know that he was raised with Coach Prime, so he already got all these Sanders qualities. But Shilo Sanders now is standing on business. He's protecting that family name because guess what, y'all? We all got an end date. Even I got an end date on this earth, in this dimension. So once Coach Prime moves on and he transitions, he should be a proud father to knowing that he got strong sons and daughters that's going to protect that Sanders name. It's all about protecting the Sanders name. I've seen men of other communities applaud Shilo Sanders for what he did for his brother. And of course, I've seen men of the other community, what he's doing that for. He don't need, SHEDEUR don't need him to protect him. Just stay out of it. Stay out of it. Why? Why you don't want Shilo voicing his opinion on how the media is damaging his brother? Because I'm pretty sure Mary K Cabot's friends and family, and you can't tell me these people that are quote unquote speaking up for Mary K, they ain't friends in the background. They speaking up for Mary K Cabot. They just got a podcast and a microphone and the camera like I do. Under the guise of a podcast, they own podcast, but you know they friends with that lady. That lady been up there in Cleveland for how many years? We already saw the pictures. You know she been up there for a long time, y'all. And they just friends speaking up for a friend. So what's the difference between Shilo Sanders speaking up for his brother? But that's okay, y'all. We already know. We already saw the gameplay. We just gonna continue to be in all their comments, pushing back on the narratives. Shut them down. That's what they don't like. Shut them down. And Anthony Lima, I saw and I peeped what you said. Actually, Todd Monken, well, you know, can you be really biased? Can you put everything aside that you heard about Deshaun Watson and SHEDEUR Sanders and everything that comes with SHEDEUR Sanders? What comes with SHEDEUR Sanders, Anthony, that you don't like? Is it the fans, sir? It's the fans and the supporters and the family that have the family unit that we have built in the community that you don't like. And like you riding out for Mary K, we're gonna be riding out for Andrew Berry, SHEDEUR Sanders, Shilo Sanders, and Todd Monken. So let me go ahead, play these audio clips and get y'all out here, Vestas. Hold on. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna come back to those brothers. Here we go, Todd.
So that's the starting point. You want to give yourself a chance. And that's give yourself a chance. More games are lost than they're won. And that's the starting point for us as a team.
Todd Monken joining us in studio right now. So I want to, again, clarify, and I think you've said this before, you do want to have a starting quarterback on your team that you know is on your depth chart, number one, before training camp, correct?
Would love to.
Of course.
Okay, you would love to.
Duh.
You're not necessarily stuck in cement on that.
Oh, I would love to have that there. We've been on the field 3 practices, which was awesome to get out there with our players. I was talking to Carson yesterday. He said, feels so weird that we got from phase 1 to get on the field, and then now we're back off for 3 weeks. But it's always changing based on what you see. I don't have a history with any of our players. I know where this is heading. But I don't have a history with any of the players. They're all external to me, just like when I interviewed Coach.
No, he's speaking facts, y'all. He don't know none of these players. Yes, he has preconceived notions of SHEDEUR Sanders. Well, y'all know he has a lot of preconceived notions of SHEDEUR Sanders because he wanted to draft him. Yeah, now I do like Todd. I do believe Todd, once this competition, unlike last year, once this competition starts and finish, the true person that wins this quarterback competition this year between Deshaun Watson and SHEDEUR Sanders will get first team reps. Hey, let's call a spade, right? But you already know who I easy about to win this competition, okay? Unlike, I ain't gonna mention his name, but hold on. But Monken is definitely gonna lose. He's definitely gonna lose to Kevin Stefanski, y'all. If you didn't catch it, watch this, y'all. Listen.
For the coordinator position, there was no internal candidates. I wasn't here. They're all external to me. So all the players are external other than Taylen Wallace, who was with us. And the point is, what I've seen after 3, okay, that gives us a little bit of a 40,000 foot view of where we're at, but that can change.
Now, I'm gonna get to a point, y'all, but I need to break this down as we go on. Now, Mary K Cabot, she started all of this turmoil based off 3 days. That Todd Monken said it wasn't enough for nothing. Even the players, even Caution Wishiger said, oh God, we just completed phase 1 and now we won't see each other in 3 to 4 weeks. Mary K.
If we get back on the field for 4 weeks at the end of this spring, we'll have a better idea then. But there's only so many reps you get. You've got to start to target towards who's going to start opening day. And now that can still change. And that can change even if someone's getting 2/3 of the rep to someone getting 1/3 of the reps. Because you're still going to play preseason games. You're still going to want to see those guys at quarterback and see how they play.
Why is it important for the rest of the team to figure out who that guy is before training camp actually starts?
It was that a serious question? They already know who's going to start. Now, they already know who's going to start. Even Joe Bitonio. I know, Vestals. I know. We don't like talking about Joe Bitonio, but that's why he has not given Andrew Berry his clear resignation of say, yeah, I'm done with the NFL. He is still considering, does he want to come back, even just to sit on the bench, y'all? Because he knows that the Cleveland Browns now officially is a force in the NFL. Now, when we was talking about Joe Bitonio, weeks ago, February, January, when it first came out that Joe Bitonio, he went into free agency. I brought it in, y'all. I said, all Joe is waiting on just to see how this draft go. Ooh, the pressure that Joe is in. Joe know he wants to come back to the Cleveland Browns. What? Joe knows he wants to come back to the Cleveland Browns. He just, he just don't have, I think he still has some type of loyalty to even Kevin Stefanski, which is why he has not declared. But he hasn't declared that he's going to walk fully away. That means that man is torn. They have done wonderful in the draft. Why would you walk away from the Cleveland Browns when you could come out with a playoff run and a championship and definitely a big push to the Super Bowl? And for all of those that just want to say, oh, Joe, even you, Joe, I caught what you said. Now you talking like Ocho Cinco. Just because Deshaun Watson, right, has gotten a paycheck from the Cleveland Browns for $250 million in the last 5 years. And just because he's the one owning the getting paid the most money, what will happen if you put him out there based off that factor alone, y'all? Now, mind you, let's put this in perspective. All the people that is pushing for Deshaun Watson to start over SHEDEUR Sanders, Taylen Green, Dillon Gabriel, the only thing they can say is because he's getting paid more money. What? That's it? You mean to tell me that's the only factor? Not that he's going to probably win you more games than SHEDEUR Sanders. The only factor that you're considering and talking about is salary. Well, if you put Deshaun Watson out there, right, because he's making most money on the bench, and you wind up with a 0-2 and a 0-3 record at the beginning of the season, when we could have been 3-0, are you still gonna stand on your statements that even though we 3-0 and we could have been even though we're 0-0 and we could have been 3-0, I still believe that Deshaun Watson should have started because he was making the most money? That is one of the most asinine opinions ever. You want to put the best player out there that's going to win those games and put you in the best situation to win a division, win playoff games, and a good, nice, solid Super Bowl. Because guess what, y'all? Even if we don't get to the Super Bowl this year, right? Just a nice, solid run to the Super Bowl. that will, what? SHEDEUR Sanders will be starter his 3rd year and 4th year. That's all we want. Now we get to the Super Bowl. Hey, that's even more on his resume. Oh, I just rhymed there, y'all. But I'm just saying, y'all know what I'm saying. Now, come on, Todd. Let me go ahead and get you back to the stage. Come on. Oh, yes. Come on, Todd.
It's an indictment on us. So that's the starting point. You want to give yourself a chance. And that's give yourself a chance. More games are lost than they're won. And that's the starting point for us as a team.
Todd Monken joining us in studio.
Here we go, y'all. Here we go.
I want to, again, clarify, and I think you've said this before, you do want to have a starting quarterback on your team that you know is on your depth chart, number 1, before training camp, correct?
Would love to.
Oh, so that's the same clip, y'all. Hold on. Let me go to this clip here. Here we go. I got too excited. Hold on.
To be a part of winning and to be able to wear your Browns gear with pride. Hey, I'm a Cleveland Brown.
Before a big trial, a judge will instruct the jury. You got to be impartial.
Here we go, y'all.
Delete anything you might have
Meat
heard
and potatoes.
about this case. Get it out of your mind. Can you possibly do that and be that objective when it comes to 2 quarterbacks, both very, very famous dudes? Everything that Deshaun Watson has been through and the stuff he's put on tape 6 years ago and stuff he's put on tape with the Cleveland Browns over the last how many years? And then SHEDEUR.
Now, remind y'all, before Todd Monken, he pulled out that whip, I remember back in the day, even before SHEDEUR Sanders started playing, I remember this same clown that's speaking right now, he didn't even want to hear Deshaun Watson's name, even on the roster. Let me play.
And everything that comes along with SHEDEUR Sanders. Can you possibly be that objective?
Well, I think there's levels of being objective. Man, I'm not Patrick from SpongeBob. I don't live under a rock. I mean, I sit there and I hear things, I see things. You're part of that. But I've learned over the years in coaching is your job is to let it play itself out. I said that many of times, like,
you know, he said, Mary K, I said this numerous of times. 92.3, I said this numerous of times. UCSS, I said this numerous of times. Why are you not listening? I said this numerous of times. How many times y'all Todd Monken said this numerous of times? And SHEDEUR Sanders is welcoming the competition, whoever it be.
I'm going to let all of the students take the test. You know, I'm not going to walk in the classroom and before they even take a test, I'm going to observe the students.
Hey, let me frame this, y'all. He's talking about Kevin Stefanski. Now we know, everybody know what Kevin Stefanski was doing, but listen how he just worded so carefully. Listen, y'all.
Give them a grade based on what? How they look, how they dress, like nationality, male, female. My job is to let it play out. And sometimes players have they have a fresh start is maybe the best way to put it, or a different style or a different system. So it's my job to do that.
As head coach.
And to me, it's the only way.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can be so, again, I would just say there's levels of being objective, right? There's levels where you're like, okay, and great football.
All right, I got one more quarterback question for you. This is different, though. How do you plan on making
cutting edge of what's going
on? Hold on. Taylen Green coming up.
And then give yourself a chance every week by playing great football.
All right, I got one more quarterback question for you. This is different, though. How do you plan on making Taylen Green? We actually got in a shouting match with each other on Monday over Taylen Green.
So you're saying?
Now I need to go back and watch that. Hey, that would be. I got another episode. I gotta go back and find because I didn't know they were having a screaming match over Taylen Green. And I'm pretty sure one of them guys said Taylen Green was gonna be a quarterback, and the other guy would say, "Oh no, he's gonna be a wide receiver based off his athleticism." Now, if this was Joe Burrow or Joe Flacco or who else, Tom Brady, with these dimensions that we already know that Taylen Green got, do you think they would be trying to push Tom Brady, Joe Flacco, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen into a pitch into the wide receiver room? No. they would call those players Superman. What? They wouldn't dare even how can I say, violate their name by saying that, oh, moving from quarterback to wide receiver. And y'all already know the reason why they saying this. Come on with it, Todd.
The shouting match was only on Monday. It feels like it's kind of commonplace here when you guys get into like a little bit of a shouting match one day.
What time are you driving in again?
I was just driving in earlier and I heard you guys.
Did you see the YouTube?
So I don't know how we discern between what days are shouting and what days aren't.
Fair.
But okay, sorry I cut you off.
No, you're fine.
You're
You
fine.
see how it goes. His
Huh?
face turns different hues of red.
Yeah, exactly.
Depending on the threat level
I'm
of the
with you.
discussion.
I get the same way, so I appreciate that.
I see 6'6", monstrous athlete, okay? And I'm going, well, he's drafted as a quarterback in the 6th round. I don't give a damn. He's a quarterback. He starts off a quarterback. Well,
Now listen, Kid Carmen, I told him up many times, but sometimes he does speak right. Sometimes he wishy-washy too, but he ain't wishy-washy like Anthony Lyman. Now, did you hear what he said? Hey, yeah, monstrous athlete, 6'6", 240 pounds, no, 227 pounds. Whoo, killed the combine. Taylen Green got the baddest combine record in history. Any position. Taylen Green. That's why I said it was a luxury pick for Cleveland. You mean to tell me I'm gonna put that right there, leave that right there? Oh, everybody bypassing that. Got him. Hey, whoo. I almost about to get a hot flash from getting so excited, y'all. Todd Monken is expected to run the NFL with this offense that nobody never seen before. Now, where I was going, so if it was a screaming match, that being Ken Carmen was saying, nah, he's going to be a quarterback. I don't care. 6'6", 227 pounds. He ran 4.36, yada, yada, yada. That means Anthony Lyman, who I think he's undercover. You know that word. He was trying to put Haden Green in the wide receiver room. Here go what Todd said. What Todd go say, y'all? What Todd go say? What Todd go say?
the head coach in front of me here. How do you plan on mixing this guy into the offense? Because this is a hell of an athlete we're talking about here who can do a lot of different things for you. And I know it's like, hey, he's got to make the team, then we got to figure it out. But how do you plan on getting him acclimated to the offense, getting him acclimated to the football team, everything?
Well, you nailed it. How do we get enough reps to assess where he's at? That's the hard part. But in the 6th round, there was a lot to like with this player. His character, his work ethic, his athleticism, how far he's come as a thrower. Mm-hmm. Number of people stood on the table for him. Mm-hmm. So now, first things first, let's see where he's at in terms of command of the offense, command of...
And another thing, they're going to see what Taylen Green looks behind a solid offensive line, y'all. Oh, they finna make the NFL crazy about all the defensive schemes they finna run with the Taylen Green and SHEDEUR Sanders tag team, y'all. SHEDEUR Sanders being QB1.
Okay, what skill set he has that is his superpower, I wouldn't say that it's running yet because I haven't been around him. You would say that, boy, he's athletic, he's fast, he can do some things with his legs. Let's see where he's at. The real challenge is in a given practice is how are you going to tailor to what he does when initially you just want to see what he has? That makes sense. So the reps he's going to get may not play to his strengths per se because you want to see what you have as a complete player. Then organically, you'll see some of the athleticism. And then when we get to that point, you'll call it accordingly or you'll script it accordingly in practice. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You won't. We're going through that now with Dillon Gabriel. He's a lefty. Like when I'm scripting, in my mind, I have to think, well, there's certain things we do with a right-handed quarterback, certain things you have to do with a left-handed quarterback. But in the early part, you're just trying to see what they have. We're already going through that with Dillon because he's lefty and a righty in certain throws. And so we'll have to do that with the young man we drafted.
You talked about.
Now listen, if you're not catching, I know you hearing what Todd Monken is saying. I know you hearing this. But I also want to bring this to the forefront so you can understand what Todd Monken is saying when he's talking like this. Did you hear Todd Monken once say even one time that he's going to be frustrated or doing double work because he got 3 right-hand quarterbacks and 1 left-handed quarterback? He said no. That means Todd Monken has already started putting in the work. That means Todd Monken is not lazy. He is not a lazy head coach. As I said in the beginning, even before the draft, Todd Monken, he takes the best of every quarterback, even Deshaun Watson, and he's going to use him to the best of his ability. Todd Monken is not lazy, y'all. And you mean to tell Todd Monken don't? And Todd Monken, I applaud you. You didn't give up none of your strategy, your tactics, nothing that you may have in mind when they ask you this question. Because listen, every NFL team has been watching all the Todd Monken interviews to see how and when they're going to use Taylen Green. Because now they got to think about it. What tricks or what powerful plays is Todd Monken going to use with SHEDEUR Sanders and Taylen Green on the roster? I pulled up them schemes, y'all. If I put them up, you don't think that the NFL defensive coordinators is not going to do the same thing I did when I pulled up all them plays that Todd Monken can run with two elite quarterbacks? It even said it's unfair what the NFL is going to do. I'm sorry, what the Cleveland Browns is about to do to the NFL because they got two quarterbacks like a Taylen Green, especially if you use them right. Oh, gosh.
And it seemed like reading a lot of the reporting, the orange dot, the prevalence of that, making sure to really identify the guys that are good character, could be great for the culture. Is that really important for a first-year head coach in establishing a culture? Because we know in the NFL, can't all be choir boys, right? And so you got to take some chances here and there. But
okay. Where's the one about Shilo?
Winning. And to be able to wear your Browns gear with pride. Hey, I'm a Cleveland Brown.
I must have stopped it.
Before a big trial, a judge will instruct the jury. You got to be impartial. You got to delete anything you might have heard about this case. Get it out of your mind. Can you possibly do that and be that objective when it comes to two quarterbacks, both very, very famous dudes? Everything that Deshaun Watson has been through and the stuff he's put on tape 6 years ago and the stuff he's put on tape with the Cleveland Browns over the last how many years? And then SHEDEUR and everything that comes along with SHEDEUR Sanders. Can you possibly be that objective?
Well, I think there's levels of being objective. I mean, I'm not Patrick from SpongeBob. I don't live under a rock. I mean, I sit there and I hear things, I see things. You're part of that. But I've learned over the years in coaching is your job is to let it play itself out. I said that many of times, like, I'm going to let all of the students take the test. I'm not going to walk in the classroom and before they even take a test, I'm going to observe the students and give them a grade based on what? How they look, how they dress, like nationality, male, female. My job is to let it play out. And sometimes players have they have a fresh start is maybe the best way to put it, or a different style or a different system. So it's my job to do that. And to me, it's the only way. Now you can be so, again, I would just say there's levels of being objective, right? There's levels where like, okay.
Oh, they're finna get to the shallow part.
I believe this player has something more in there, or there's others where I'm just going to be stubborn and say, no, this isn't it. This isn't the direction we're going. And I think that's unfair to every player. I don't care. I know we're talking about quarterbacks, but I'm just in general with the players is it's our job to put the best players on the field to give us a chance to win. Yes. And how are we going to do that? By being objective.
Well, Ken lectured me earlier today and said the internet isn't real. And so I see, when I come in today, Brown's international headlines like Shilo Sanders, sexist comment draws backlash, tells Browns.
No. Here we go, y'all. International story, like I said, sexist comment. Nah, I'm a woman. That wasn't sexist at all. I've had more men fix me sandwiches than women. I've had more men fix me sandwich. Hey, husband. Hey, babe, can you fix me a sandwich? She said, okay. I didn't think it was sexist. And I know y'all don't think it's sexist, but y'all see where they're trying to go, y'all. We're gonna get into it, y'all. Fix me my meatball sub. Come on with it. Come on with it.
Make a sandwich. How can you make sure to disassociate any of that stuff with a very serious competition that you are having? Because everybody has a platform now. and everybody's weighing in on every decision. We had it happen with the prior coach. How can you make sure that that stuff doesn't bleed into what you guys are doing?
Come on, Todd.
We're talking about on the ride up here. First off, I think it's awesome.
Woo!
We get paid so much.
Woo!
We get paid so much because fans care and you talk about it. If it wasn't talked about, I sure as hell wouldn't get paid what I get paid. So that's part of what we do. But if that's going to bother me or it's going to bother SHEDEUR or Deshun, they have no chance of being either the head coach here or the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. I mean, for God's sakes, it's the world we live in.
Now, y'all, let me tell you one thing. All he did was change the placeholder. Yeah, he called SHEDEUR Sanders' name and Deshaun Watson's name. That was just a placeholder. He basically said, hey, if you're going to be a reporter here, and if that's going to bother you, you're in the wrong position, Mary K Cabot. You're a reporter, and you mean to tell me what Shilo Sanders said bothered you? Come on, Todd. Come on, Todd.
And I think someone told me years ago that if the president has a 55% approval rating, he's killing it. Well,
right.
I don't know. I'll shoot for 60 approval rating or a quarterback. Like, that's part of what we do. It's part of the scrutiny that comes with it. And fine, that comes with the territory of what we do. And ultimately, what we do on the field is what matters most.
Right.
And I said it, and there's more to it than just saying, but it really is. You want to stop the narrative? Play well. Want to stop a narrative? Win. It's really that.
Now, I think Anthony Lima, right? He didn't get the first response that he want, right? So I think he's about to word it a different way to see if he gonna trip up Todd. Nah, Todd finna trip up Anthony Lima. I think this is that part, y'all.
Simple. Now, there's more that goes into that because I got scrutinized by just saying, oh, winning. I know there's more to it. I get that. But ultimately, that's what it is. It's any narrative.
But you don't have to talk to anybody about that stuff, making sure that stuff doesn't.
Oh, here it go. So that's what it is, y'all. He brought up a question. Todd didn't give me what he wanted. So he had to like, okay, well, let me go ahead and try to reword it this way to see if I can get a different answer. Look what Todd go say, y'all.
You're into a psyche or, hey, I kind of.
And this is why Shilo is the definition of a man and a brother. Come on, Todd.
Want family members saying this type of stuff because, you know, we've got a football team to worry about. Do you have to address the team at all about that kind of stuff?
No.
No.
No. That's a man.
Anthony, he immediately dropped that smile when Tom Monken said, no, I don't got to worry about that. And listen what he about to say. Todd Monken. That's why I said Shilo Sanders is the definition of a man and a brother's keeper. Uh-huh.
You get a comment on social media. That's someone reporting something they believe. That's their opinion. Fine, not my opinion. I didn't say that. Our daily inner workings with the quarterbacks and the players is going to mean more than what is said outside of there. Ultimately, do I believe that our players look at social media? Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Do I? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do most of us? Yes. That's the world we live in.
Now, he basically said the same thing that Shilo Sanders said. He said he don't want his brother to go out there on social media and just seeing all these narratives from somebody that's going to be in his face every day of the week, maybe in the morning and one in the afternoon, which is Mary K Cabot. Now, if Mary K Cabot was in Atlanta talking noise, we wouldn't care about it. But you mean I got to face you, lady, and you tear me down with your narratives. Todd Monken just said the same thing that Shilo said. Everybody looks at social media. He just don't want his brother to look at social media and see more negativity from the Cleveland media that's in his face, versus the ones that, you know, look. SHEDEUR Sanders may never even be Anthony Lima's or Ken Carmen's or Adam the Bull, Jason Lloyd's face. Never. Shilo Sanders ain't even spoke on them people, but he spoke on Mary K specifically because she's in his brother's face, y'all. Come on, Todd.
Ultimately, with the players, like, I think that has changed over the last few years of how do you get your players to deal with things that are being said about them, good or bad.
I knew it.
How do you manage that?
I knew you was gonna say that.
I think that is a real challenge, but ultimately, like I said, that's going to be what defines you. Then you're going to struggle to be either the head coach, be an offensive coordinator, or be our quarterback.
Tom Monken joining us.
Let me tell you one thing, y'all. I knew y'all was gonna say it. I knew somebody was gonna say that. Nothing. I knew that. I knew somebody was gonna come in here. Amber, you finna go to the corner too. But for all of the vessels that's driving, hey, turn up your radio. I understand you cannot comment, but I can feel your energy. You want to comment. I know you want to comment. Focus on driving on the road. If you want to comment, come out of the video and drop your comments. I feel your energy, but do not attempt to text and drive, okay? But I knew somebody was gonna come in here with that jelly. Nothing. Listen, that's what Todd Monken basically said. You getting nothing. Mary K, nothing. And Mary K, once again, y'all, hold on. Y'all may say I'm being hard on Mary K. So I'm gonna speak in general terms. Mary K and all of the Cleveland Browns media. When you go talk to Todd Monken, Andrew Berry, and these players, that go for all of you. That go for all of you. Todd talking to all of y'all, not just Mary K Cabot. That's why a lot of them have changed their tunes and how they ask questions. Mary Kay is so stuck on this quarterback competition that hasn't even started yet. That lets you know what that lady name is, that her mind is, okay? It's more than criticism with them. They do have an agenda. Oh, we know. Oh, we definitely know. Oh, we know. That's why we're going to neutralize them. That's going to be the word all year long. Neutralize the Cleveland Browns media. Neutralize them. And guess what, y'all? Let me tell you one thing. Based off the reaction of all the rookies that was drafted, we have neutralized the Cleveland Browns media. What Tony Talks Vested Up? What you talking about now? This is what I'm talking about. Do you think those players would have been happy to come to Cleveland Browns if there was nobody talking against the Cleveland Browns media? Them players would have been scared. They probably would have been looking depressed, just like Ty Simpson. Oh, Lord, gosh, oh, Lord. I'm finna go into a team. I want to play with SHEDEUR Sanders, but I'm scared the band. The media is going to eat me up, y'all. The media is going to eat me up. These young men appreciate all of the positivity because now they know they walking in a team, even though the media is going to be crazy, the fans actually know what's going on. What? Imagine what I'm saying, y'all. Casey Concepcion, Spencer Fano. Do you think Spencer Fano and all of these other players, Taylen Green, Joe Royal, Emil Warren, who else? Austin Barber, Justin Jeffers, even the undrafted free agents, they up there with their hat on camera. They ready to go to the Cleveland Browns. Now, do you think, I know for sure, you don't got to answer this, I know for sure those players will have a different, mindset going into Cleveland Browns, playing with SHEDEUR Sanders, but also got to deal with the media and nobody's pushing back on them. They got free reign to write anything about me. Now, them players know that, y'all, the Cleveland Browns media is zero factors because there's so many of us out there in the universe pushing out that positivity, y'all. And we have welcomed it in. We have welcomed in the new players, rookie players, and the undrafted free agents than the Cleveland media has. They becoming an X factor. They have become an X factor, y'all. X factor. Let me go to the comments. Then I'm gonna go play this other clip regarding these brothers. Now, it was so much stuff, I couldn't even clip that up. I'm gonna go play 10 minutes of their video, but it's gonna be short and simple, y'all. But I'm gonna show the proof on why I said women need to be in sports to neutralize other women. I'm surprised by these brothers, but I understand. Shilo was right on target. You're right. What's going on, Raheem, man? What's going on? You got to go back to the mother, start from the beginning after this live, because I'm not going to hold you long, maybe about, like I said, 15 more minutes. But you got to go back to that beginning because I was hitting it. Peter, what you said about the shrivel? No. I got to read your comment. No. You know what I was hitting on, though. That lady been up there for a while. You can tell by her pictures. And she need to stop that. She need to stop. But Peter, I need to watch you now. SHEDEUR made the Browns hot. Yeah, like fire. You know how many people is proud to be walking that brown, white, and orange in less than 1 year? We was rocking them colors even after SHEDEUR Sanders' first win. He broke the curse, but they want the curse to come back. The 42nd quarterback in history of the Cleveland Browns, SHEDEUR Sanders, broke that curse, but they want the curse to come back. Them people crazy. Looks like see, I gotta watch you too. Hold on. Nope. I ain't even put none of them up there. Investors, if you don't see the comments, I'm sorry. I will not put that out there. Let me go ahead. Nope. I'm going to throw those up there. Y'all misbehaving in the comments. Now, come on, Joe. Oh. All right, investors. You know, I have put Deebo and Joe. I have talked about them so much on my show. And just like with 92.3 fair use. This was my biggest how can I don't even know what to say. Let down. I'm gonna say let down coming from the media. I feel like they shouldn't have said nothing at all, y'all, because the way that people was eating them up in their comments, some people say, I just found your channel and I'll never be back. Woo! That's why you gotta watch what you say, especially when you look like us in the community and you're supposed to be representing, especially when we thinking that you have your own independent platform. Now, there has been so many other black male ex NFL players that have not even commented on this topic regarding Shilo Sanders, right? And it could be for many reasons. Maybe they haven't had time to do it. Maybe they haven't hit the timeline yet, which I don't understand why, because this thing went international. Or they know that they would be conflicted, and they basically told their producers, no, I feel like what I'm going to say is going to hurt my brand. I'm going to stick up for SHEDEUR Sanders, but maybe my sponsors would not like that, so we're not even going to comment on it. And I believe that's what Deebo and Joe should have done, because so many people, males and females, was eating them up under that. And if you didn't know enough to talk about it, you shouldn't have said nothing at all. They were shaking up there like, ooh, I almost said something, y'all. But they were shaking up there, y'all. But this is why women is needed for topics just like this. Come on to the stage, Deebo and Joe. God dang. Come on to the stage. And I'm going to let y'all go, Vesters. They were shaking, y'all. No lie. You heard in their voice. Let me start playing the video, y'all. This is going to be from the beginning, y'all, because it was so much. They could have did so much better on. It's going to be 10 minutes, and I promise that'll be it. They should have left this alone. They should have left it alone. Joe Hadden, that's the one. Joe Hadden. Now, I know he loves the Brown, and like I said, maybe Mary K Cabot had wrote a lot of good articles on him in the past. Here we go.
I'm just upset about this, man. So look, and I'm not the only one that's upset about this, man. Shilo Sanders, man. He don't like her talking about his brother either, man. He said that. Look at this right here.
Man,
Shilo was getting some pushback on this thing too. Here, listen to what he said, man.
No, Shilo wasn't getting pushback. Yes, the correction. He was getting pushback, but he wasn't getting pushback from our community. You know what they talking about, y'all. Y'all know what he talking about. Come on, let's work this.
Where the graphic at?
Oh, we talking about yeah. He went hard, bro. He went hard.
Shilo Sanders thing go hard.
That ain't it though. We listen, man. We got some sound too, man. I guess he said some words behind it. Ain't nothing really major, but
what I've been waiting to say all day, bro. And this is to Mary K. If you're gonna be a reporter and report facts. Whenever you have your opinion, and your opinion is always something hateful to SHEDEUR, then it makes it seem like it's something weird, like it's an agenda that you have going on. And there's plenty of women in this field that take this serious and take reporting football serious and actually do homework and study the game and get the statistics right and get the news right. But with you, it's so much emotion that I don't want you to make women look bad when it comes to reporting because you don't have the will to actually want to report real things that are going on. So it don't even make sense. You want to go talk about this and that. In minicamp, they don't even have all the receivers.
Watch the body language, y'all.
This is what I think is going to happen. We don't care what you think is going to happen. Let Shedeur go practice. You don't need to be going on Instagram and Twitter and stuff and always seeing you just badmouth them. That's what I got a problem with. You know what I'm saying? If it's reporting, it's reporting. You have facts, you have news, but when it comes to your opinion, you've been saying crazy things for the past since he's been there. So it's like, just chill with that because it don't make no sense and it makes you look crazy like you don't know what you're talking about. And for all the women that actually take the time to go do their research and actually be real reporters and real journalists, then that's gonna make them look bad, bro. Because you already know, as a woman in this,
here we go, y'all.
Football and sports,
yeah,
like,
disappointing.
Hard, so don't make it hard on everybody just because you don't feel like it. That's all I gotta say about that.
Here we go, y'all. Golly, here we go.
What you gotta say, Joe? What you gotta say about that, Joe? Dang.
Y'all watch the body language.
What you gotta say, Joe? Listen,
You guys,
I know you don't want to say nothing. I know you don't want to say nothing, Joe. Come on.
go ahead. You go first.
I told you he was stuttering.
No.
It's the Browns. You go. You got it.
Do y'all see that, y'all?
So some of the
Hello?
Did y'all see that?
he didn't a little bit of that was uncalled for. You know, like that. Okay, it was aggressive, but there's some. I don't want to get. I don't even know if I want to go with it.
I have never.
It's
Now, y'all know I love Deebo and Joe, and I have been watching them since I started this platform. I have never. Now, I've seen Joe try to find his words, but I have. This is different. This is woo! Oh my gosh, this was different, y'all. I don't know who's paying the bills behind the scenes. I've never seen his tongue tied before. Y'all just saw this. That's why I put the camera up there. Let me replay that one more time. Just focus on his body language. I'm like, who's paying the bills?
What you gotta say, Joe? What you gotta say about that, Joe? Dang. What you gotta say, Joe? Listen,
you guys.
I know you don't want to say nothing. I know you don't want to say nothing, Joe. Come on.
Go ahead. You go first. I know.
Go ahead. This the Browns. You go. You got it.
So some of the
Hello?
he didn't a little bit of that was uncalled for. You know, like
And right.
Okay, it was aggressive.
And you're right, Amber. Joe is very partial to the Browns because Joe was drafted by the Browns. I even think in the first round, I think he played 6 years there. He went to the Steelers. He played another 6 years because trust me, I told you I love Joe Haden. So I when I found out he was part of the Browns, I was like, okay, brother. He played for the Steelers, right, for 6 years. And guess what? He retired for one day just to come back and how can I word this right? He retired from the Steelers just to come back and officially retire from the NFL for one day to be with the Browns to retire a Cleveland Brown. So he has much love for the Clevelands. And I totally understand that. That's why he couldn't get his words and everything. But this is why women, the right women from our community, because he's also kind of conflicted. And even Deebo is going to say that later. The only reason people are responding like this because she's a female and he's a male. This is when women neutralize women like Mary K Cabot, okay? But yeah, he's very partial to the Browns. All right, let's keep going. And I said nothing against Deebo and Joe. I understand. And my question is not now who's paying the bills? Who's paying the bills?
But there's some. I don't want to get. I don't even know if I want to go with it. Because he put her by name. It's Mary K Cabot. So that's a reporter that's been there. She was there when I was there. And some of the Browns reporters just when he says they just report negativity because we always losing, and that is what it is. Shedeur can rub people in Cleveland the wrong way when you're losing.
How can Shedeur Sanders rub people the wrong way when you losing? Whoa, Joe. Shedeur Sanders got a better winning record than any quarterback in the last few years. and he's 3-4 on record, but everybody is saying that Shedeur Sanders easily could have got the Cleveland Browns 5-2. Joe, Shedeur just got there. What you mean? Everybody has a feeling, feels a certain way towards Shedeur Sanders when they have a losing record. Shedeur Sanders gave y'all a 5-12. 5-12, and it could have been more if Kevin Stefanski would have got out of the way. And even Joe has said this many times. Joe has said that they could have won many games. Joe is so conflicted. That's why I said they should have said, "Nah, I'm not gonna report on this. If you're not gonna do the homework and know all the fakes, don't report on stuff like this." Let's keep going.
And you just carry yourself like a confident young man. So when she's saying was always pushing the Dylan Gabriel over Shedeur, now she's like, he just feels like, hey, you're shooting at my brother. He's obviously better than Dylan Gabriel.
Yes.
But the things that I feel like what he feels with Mary Cabot is always going to report on, not going to report about the good on Shedeur, not going to report the good things he does. You're going to find the bad. You're going to find the negative.
That's my question is, why she's always quote unquote reporting the negative on Shedeur Sanders, when she's never highlighted his the good things about Shedeur Sanders. Everybody get tired of getting kicked in the head by one reporter. Even Tony Grosser has said good and bad about Shedeur Sanders. Mary Kay, where's the good that you talk about Shedeur Sanders? Okay, hold on. Exactly. How was that aggressive? How was that being aggressive? What did Shilo Sanders say that was aggressive? Joe looked to the left before he started. Okay, Peter. Joe said, exactly how? How was he aggressive? How was he aggressive? And guess what? You know what? Dang, y'all, they just dropped on me. Joe probably got a call. Just bear with me. Joe probably got a call. Remember I talked about, and I need to go back and see what articles was written about Joe Hadden back then in the day. He even probably got a call because Joe, he caught himself. He said because Shilo mentioned, remember, he was about to say Shilo mentioned Mary by name, but he said Shilo mentioned her by name, Mary K Cabot. I'm pretty sure Joe, I would bet on it, got a call from Mary K Cabot and was reminded of all the beautiful articles that she wrote about him, y'all. Being partial to the Browns is one thing. I've had other people come out to the Browns and say, oh, you're doing this wrong. Even, what's his name? Landry. Y'all remember we talked about Landry, right? He the one that kicked Emmanuel Acho in the chest and the chin and the kneecap about a month ago, right? I remember that because I was in Dallas. Landry kicked Emmanuel Acho in the chest, the kneecap, and his teeth, bringing up his name incorrectly. He has even said the Cleveland media wrote him up, ripped him up, tore him up, trashed him and everything. Joe got a call, allegedly. My opinion, based off my observation, he got a call from Mary K Cabot and said, hey, you remember those articles that I wrote about you? Can you please stick up for me? Because I feel like Shilo was very aggressive towards me because I'm a woman. Let me go on and play this right here. Then we go to the comments, y'all.
When Shedeur does his interviews, he's like, Cleveland media, y'all got to change the vibes because there's this way, there's winning changes everything. Coach Todd Monken said the same thing. Mm-hmm. There's not a lot of good to talk about. It's all good at the preseason before games happen. So the media, for a reason, has kind of built up emotion that always just talk negativity because it always sounds good and then it doesn't.
No, it don't.
And then when you got somebody like Shedeur where he doesn't really need your approval from the media, I think some of them take that the wrong way. Like, I can make you feel, but I'm going to write.
Now, that is one truth he just said. Shedeur Sanders don't need the Cleveland media to uplift him because he got us and he stands on business. Now, let me back that up because he's about to say something. I'm gonna let it play. Hold on.
Because it always sounds good and it's good to talk about. It's all good at the preseason before games happen. So the media, for a reason, has kind of built up emotion that always just talk negativity because it always sounds good and then it doesn't. And then when you got somebody like Shedeur where he doesn't really need your approval from the media, I think some of them take that the wrong way. Like, I can make you feel, but I'm going to write like certain things about you and you're going to.
I mean, in a sense,
basically he was about to say, I understand you don't need my validation, but as the media, I'm going to write certain things about you because I'm going to make you heal. To my pen and paper, y'all. That was Joe was saying. That's why Deebo cut him off, right?
Feels
Allegedly.
like he may need
Allegedly.
the approval because they're actually speaking on something that was said and saying that he's saying that he sees this. He gets tired of seeing this all the time.
The same when Shedeur hasn't spoken and said anything out of pocket. This is his brother. This is Shilo speaking. The same way the people's parents come out there and talk, and I'm like, that's my father. He's going to say what he wants to say. I can't tell him exactly what to say. My brother,
You're right, but we're talking about Shilo. We're not talking about.
Shilo didn't need to go all the way there. You know what I'm saying? You could feel a certain type of way about.
What did Shilo say? Where did he go? He just said, Mary Kay, you're doing an injustice to all of the women that really care about sports and like reporting on football. What did he say? Let's keep going, y'all.
If that's your brother and you're going to speak on how you feel about somebody reporting on him, I think it was the you don't want women to feel a certain type of way. You want to care. I'm like, you don't have to go all there. You know what I'm saying? If you don't feel like she's doing a good job as a reporter and she got certain angles, say that. But like, no, you don't. Like,
he did say that. He did say that. Joe, he did say that. Y'all, let me rewind this a little bit. He did say that.
You don't want women to feel a certain type of way. You want to care. I'm like, you don't have to go all there. You know what I'm saying? If you don't feel like she's doing a good job as a reporter and she got certain angles, say that. But like, no, you don't.
Didn't Shilo just say that? He just said that. You're not doing a good job. It's because he said, oh, as a woman reporter, that's facts. I told you, Mary K Cabot believed like she could do anything in that media room because she's the only woman. Well, I think it's another one, but we don't even talk about her. I don't even know her name. But Mary Cabot, she feel like she's the head one, and she feel like she could do anything that she want to do because she got pat on the head so many times by Kevin Stefanski.
Like, it's already hard for women reporters out here. I'm like,
that's true.
Getting a little messy. Just keep it on subject. Keep it on subject. You know what I'm saying? You feel like she's going at your brother on some wrong stuff, then you can say that. But all that other, it just keeping it going. You got a point to make about Mary Kay saying and reporting falsely on your brother.
Listen, I told you this. I broke this down in the other video, y'all. We already know what Mary Kay angle is. Swinging Mary. We've seen this for another year. But I also highlighted the power of the tongue of a woman. I told you a woman can either break you or make you. This is why Shilo said it, because she just won't stop. First of all, she just won't stop. She doesn't have a balance in reporting on SHEDEUR Sanders. She just won't stop. But also, it is a woman. It is a woman that's saying that. Listen, I'm not in SHEDEUR Sanders' head, but I'm pretty sure we already saw how his body language changes towards her when she's asking him questions, y'all. You gotta believe me. You gotta believe me.
Stay on that, and then just don't go all the other places. Say your little piece about your brother for show, because that's how you feel. And I think that some of the reporting, you can have it honest, like look back at it. I don't think Mary Kay known it for a while, but it might not be the best.
He said, I've been knowing Mary Kay for a while. This was just confirmation that I know that, you know, they knew each other, right? Now Joe said, this is what Joe just said, y'all, and this just brings it home. He says, I've been knowing her for a while. He didn't say that, oh, yeah, I remember her because she used to report on me when I was in Cleveland. He said, I've been knowing her for a while. Are you catching this? He said, I've been knowing her for a while. You mean to tell me that Mary Kay didn't pick up the phone and said, Joe, I need you to defend me in this case? That's why he was so conflicted. And y'all probably listen. Y'all probably think I'm crazy.
It's about your brother for show, because that's how you feel. And I think that some of the reporting, you can have it honest. Like,
watch this.
Back at it. I don't think Mary Kay known it for a while, but you know, it might not be the best. You know, so
even he said it may not be the best. Hold on. Let me go to the comment. Hold on. Now, hold on. I got 4 more minutes. Let me finish this. Then I'm going to come to the comments, y'all.
It's just tough.
So, you know, he's talking about, you know, her emotional state, all the other stuff. She's too emotional. I mean, she's been doing this since, what, the late 80s?
I'm telling you this right.
She actually won the bill.
But she's definitely, she is emotional. She ain't talked about Taylen Green. She can talk about the other rookies, all them other players. There's a 53-man roster plus undrafted room of 14 wide receivers. 14 wide receivers. I think I brought up the 14 wide receivers now that the Cleveland Browns have in the locker room than Mary K Cabot. Why she?
Non-memorial award last year, which is given to the top football journalists.
I don't care about award.
She has knowledge in what it is.
Now, mind you, that award that she got last year, that was because of Kevin Stefanski. That's the only award that I think this lady has ever got. And that was last year when Kevin Stefanski, she was doing the dirty work for Kevin Stefanski. My opinion. I'm not saying allegedly. My opinion. That was the first time she ever got an award by the Cleveland media. If from Cleveland, my opinion. Kevin Stefanski gave it to her because she was the only woman in the room and she wanted to feel special because she never received an award. So she used her femininity and her sex. I'm saying that as a woman. She used the fact that she was the only woman in the room in a male-dominant career and she needed some highlights and she needed some recognition. I'm saying it as a woman.
That she's talking about and what it is that, is going on, whether she's female or not. So if it wasn't, she would have been out of this game a long time ago. I think she actually won the Bill Nunn Memorial Award last year, which is given to the top football journalists. So she has knowledge in what it is that she's talking about and what it is that is going on, whether she's female or not. So if it wasn't, she would have been out of this game a long time ago. I think what he's upset about is, like you said, he's talking about his brother. And the big thing is he's saying report on the facts.
True.
Okay. I think when you start looking at reporter, I think we need to get that word away from sports reporter and have it as what it is. And that's a sports journalist. Okay. Because a reporter gives you facts. The only thing a sports reporter can give you facts on is numbers. Because that's the only thing that can't change. It has no opinion or anything else based to it. All right. Reporters do two things. They interpret and they give their opinion of that interpretation. That's their job.
But Mary K Cabot, she did an injustice to that award then. She didn't have no facts or nothing to go off on. Based off 3 days at camp, she declared that Deshaun Watson was QB1. SHEDEUR Sanders is QB1. And she overstepped her boundaries, right? In her opinion, by basically saying that Todd Monken, I don't care if you're the head coach, you need to go ahead and give Deshaun Watson QB1 and let's go ahead and get this offense cooking. She overstepped her boundaries then. As a reporter, male or female, she overstepped her boundary then. Todd Monken is the head coach, and he said many times he's about to let this play out. So Mary K Cabot, she proved that she was wrong.
There's no emotional feelings about it. It's your opinion. You can have emotional feelings to your opinion, but the fact is, bro, she is a sports journalist. She is not 60 Minutes. She ain't the news that's supposed to tell you the truth and just report what it is they found to be facts-based. It's nothing facts-based about football other than the numbers that you put out. Everything else is journalist opinion orientated about what you feel is best. TJ Watt is the best football player ever. That's opinion based. Now, if I was to say, what did Myles Garrett get last year? 23 sacks? Now, if I say Myles Garrett got 23 sacks, that's facts based. Yes. If I say Myles Garrett's the greatest player to ever play, that's my opinion.
So hold on, Joe. So are you helping the case or hurting the case? Because if you, as an ex-NFL player, can have an opinion, well, Shilo Sanders is also classified as an ex-NFL player. Why can't he publicize his opinion on social media and vocally in a video? So are you hurting Mary K's case? Or are you actually helping Shilo Sanders' case? Because Todd Monken classified Shilo Sanders a man and as a reporter. Todd Monken said that, y'all. He said that Shilo Sanders is a man that just voiced his opinion. And as a reporter, everybody know that Shilo Sanders is a content creator. He is reporting. So how come Mary K Cabot got an opinion, but Shilo Sanders? Let's keep going. I think this is it, y'all.
She's a beat writer, bro. Like, that's what she does. Day in, day out, everything since 80s. That's all she does. Like, I think she might have a little bit of something there. But I think the issue is that he said it about her. You know, that's what it comes to. Because at the end of the day,
hold on.
Like, that's what she does. Day in, day out, everything since 80s. That's all she does. Like, I think she might have a little bit of something there. But I think the issue is that he said it about a female. That's what
he said it about a female.
Because at the end of the day, if it was a dude, bro, I could tell a dude reporter to his face, man, if he's fat, man, you a fat piece of shit, don't know nothing about what you talking about. Even though he may have been in the game 20, 30 years. It ain't gonna be nothing said about it. Yeah, no, for sure. But because she's a female, there's something said about this. And the fact that he actually pointed out the fact that she's a female and that by some standard of her being a female, that she's gonna make it harder for other females because she doesn't know what she's talking about. She's not giving...
I agree. Y'all already know my stance on that. I agree. Because everybody, this is human nature. You're in a male dominant position. You're like one of the few females in the room, and you take these stuff like this. You are making it hard on females. Anybody definitely that want to talk about NFL sports. Even YouTube just started putting me in the right category because I was a female talking about sports. YouTube even told me that based off my content, they got to find the right audience for me because I'm a female talking about sports. They're trying to match me with the right potential viewers that may take my stance on football. YouTube told me this. YouTube told me this. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of men that come across my content, rejects me because I'm a female, and may say, oh shit, they ain't nothing but another Mary K Cabot. They just want to spread rumors. But there are so many men that has come to this channel and it has embraced me. And to all of you men out there, thank you so much for even giving your time and commenting and everything. Thank you so much, men, to just giving me a chance and understand, like, well, damn, she do her homework. She do the due diligence. So thank you to all the men. But yes, women, they do have an issue with this. They do have an issue with. Now, it was another Vesta, and some women, and some men don't like women in their spaces. Okay, it's just human nature. Totally understand. Women don't even like men sometimes in their spaces. Hey, I was about to say something, but I ain't gonna say nothing. But women, we even got issues with men in our spaces. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. But YouTube would definitely strike this video. But you know, hey, but I understand it, men. But there's some women that actually wants to come into those press conference room as women that just love football and just want to report on it from our perspective. Even though it's going to be a different perspective, we just want to report on the sport too. Because we got brothers that grew up in the sport. We got sons that's in the sports. We got uncles and cousins and in the sports. We love it too. We love it too. So thank you to all the men that has given me a chance to express my opinion on sports. Now, I think that's it. Let me go to the comments, Vestas, because I am coming back tonight at 7:45. And y'all, this is what actually I was about to report on. 2 nights ago before I hit, they contacted the Vesta, said, hey, we need an emergency live. Y'all, guess who? I need to do some more research, but it came from Adam Schefter. But this is what I was going to report on 2 days ago, y'all. How come that running back room just had somebody return by the name of, what is his name? Nick Chubb? Is that his name, Nick Chubb? I'm getting reports that Nick Chubb is returning back to the Cleveland Browns. That means Jenkins now has elite help. You mean to tell me that the Cleveland Browns have done so much wonderful things in this draft that Nick Chubb, if this story is true, is returning back to the Cleveland Browns? And you know why he left? I'm going to say allegedly because I need to do my homework. I'm a woman. I can say allegedly. I'm telling you, I need to do my homework, okay? I think that Nick Chubb left because Kevin Stefanski was there calling the wrong offense. And I think now he wants to return to the Cleveland Browns. And the Cleveland Browns, if this is true, they are giving him $22 million. If this is true. Because, hey, he also saw what they did in the draft. And Todd Monken there. What? Did you see Todd Monken offense with a Lamar Jackson, who is SHEDEUR Sanders here, and a running back. Well, who they got? The Baltimore Ravens had Derrick Henry. That means that Nick Chubb can be that version of Derrick Henry over here for the Cleveland Browns. That means even Junkins can rest on the sideline. What? Let me go back to the comments. I'm gonna let y'all go because hey, we coming back tonight at 7:45. They just let Joe announce the draft pick. Right, I saw that too. That is totally right, Peter. I saw Joe out there with his brown suit on and his hat. Exactly, Peter. And he was brows down. Yep, he had a brown suit and everything. You're right. Claire said they're just as bad as those jokers on speak. Yeah. Should never. Yeah, right, Claire. We back at we sick, boss. That's exactly what he said. He's running interference for Mary K. Thank you, Raw Man. Thank you. Exactly. You can't tell me. Joe said, look at the words that he used. I don't know if it was a 40-inch slip or but he said, I've been knowing Mary for a while. I just called that. That means she didn't. Don't say that. I'm just saying he didn't. The way that he expressed his relationship to Mary was not as if she was just somebody that, hey, he could say, oh man, she has wrote wonderful articles on me, back in my days as a Cleveland Browns. He said, I've been knowing Mary for a while. Oh Lord. Shilo was right. She talks out of the side of her neck and lies. It does make sense. Women don't know what they're talking about. Come on with it. See, that's what the NFL is looking for. Tap that. He said that Joe and you are tripping. Mary K have been lying on SHEDEUR since day one. Damn, Amber just put it out on it. Joe, do you know she's a lie? And guess what? Joe didn't even say it. Joe said, yeah, it's bastard time. But Joe, these two brothers, not one time did they say that Shilo Sanders was lying. Not one time did they say Shilo Sanders was lying. I told you, I've seen other white commentaries, podcasters, and NFL analysts rip Mary apart. Why they ain't talking about that? Now, they were white men eating Mary K Cabot up. This happened in the same time frame. As a lot of them applauded Shilo Sanders. A lot of them like, oh, yeah, he out of place, whatever. No. So, Joe and Deebo, are you gonna play those also? Are you gonna play those clips on your show and dissect them just like you did, Shilo Sanders? Hey, valid question. Hey, Tony, what's up, Michelle? You done caught me this morning. Hey, you got to go back and watch the beginning because we killed it. This is crazy. You had white men siding with Shilo. I just said it before even looking at your comment. White men was saying Shilo Sanders was in the right place. Mary K Cabot don't know what she's talking about. Go to the comments. They be eating Mary K Cabot up. Is anybody gonna talk about that? They've been doing that since last year. Shilo Sanders just spoke out in one tweet about a sandwich and a video that was 1 minute and a half. And now that's an international story. I told y'all that's how they was gonna make it be about female versus male, white female versus black female speaking against her. It is what it is. Let's put it out there. It is what it is. So many white males have dismissed Mary. They won't even mention Mary K's name. Deebo and Joe, are you going to call them out? The only reason I'm saying Deebo and Joe because you have called out Shilo Sanders and said he was too aggressive and he went too far. How? Come on. What's up, Mel? What's going on, Mel? Coach JB, thank you. Oh, I know they at her up. Oh, I don't even watch what's his name, JB, the coach, but I know who he is, but I know they ripped her up. And like I said, I have seen so many males from her own community eat her up. But she knows the Sanders. And yes, Shilo Sanders is a black man. And she's trying to capitalize on it. She's capitalizing on it, y'all. And I'm not saying allegedly. She's capitalizing on it, y'all. And now she's playing victim. Yep. I said it with my chest. Joe, just because you have been dealing with Mary K Cabot and Acho stated on speaking towards Shilo that she's been doing this over 40 years. Joe, she's a liar and have been caught. And nobody, not Emmanuel Acho, not Joe Haden, not nobody has said that Shilo Sanders was lying. Why is that? Because he's telling the truth. She just didn't like that it came from a Sanders. Shilo has media influence and the same supporters as SHEDEUR, so they are uncomfortable for real now. That means that you got SHEDEUR Sanders. Hey, that's a good point, Mel. That means now that you got SHEDEUR Sanders supporters now in those comments, and now you have brought almost the same type of force, the aunties and other peoples that have deemed SHEDEUR Sanders their favorite Sanders son. Now they rush into the comments too. Mary has opened up a can. I told y'all, Mary better watch out for that bus that's coming down that road because she about to get ran over. Why are they defending Justine? Exactly. Why are they defending Mary K Cabot and not Shilo? That's what I'm saying. And did y'all see the body language? That's why I held the phone up there, y'all. Just Joe couldn't talk. And that's why I said, if you can't report on it, because now, brothers, God dang it, I love Deebo and Joe. Now it seems like you have a bias, your own bias, towards Mary K Cabot against Shilo. Why is that? I thought it was supposed to be down the middle. I thought they was just gonna report on the story and be done with it, right? And say, okay, I understand why Shilo said this and be done with it. But even the thumbnail said bad look. And they had Shilo Sanders in the background. Bad look. And baby, them comments was eating them up. They said, y'all reporting on this and y'all don't know the full story. Ooh. And that's what I'm saying. If you don't know the full story, report on the story. These opinions here, these opinions here. Hey, let's see how it plays out. Now, you could have did a good piece like that. Stay in the middle, especially if you don't know the whole entire story. But oh my gosh, they was getting it up in the comments. Oh my gosh. To speak volumes to their character. Man, God dang. Oh, one person said, this is my first time coming across your show. I'll never be back. Oh, hey, and Claire, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Claire. Thank you so much. Now, for y'all, I appreciate it. If you want to donate cash out, because I've had Vesters give me super chats way back in February, and YouTube has never even gave me not even 1 penny yet, y'all. I promise you, I haven't received nothing. So thank you so much. Thank you. So, hey, and I tell my Vesters, you do not have to give me anything, but I have learned to appreciate all donations. But that's my cash app, but you don't have to do that. But thank you so much, Claire. But I'm being honest with you. Vesters have given me super chats since February, maybe even January, and I still haven't seen them. And now we're in May. I'm being so honest with you, y'all. I'm being honest with you. But thank you so much out of your heart. Thank you so much, Claire. Thank you so much. And thank you for all of your comments underneath the videos, because we be going back and forth. I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. Many of us women know sports better than men. And even men would say that. Men would say that. My ex-husband, like, how you know that? Because this. I'm like, he be like, okay. He be like, okay. Even men don't, they like football, but they don't like to go into the essence of football. Some of them just like to cheer. They like the touchdown. They like the highlights and be done with it. They were like, golly, you going that deep? Yeah, I'm going that deep because I'm passionate about it. But you're right. Some men just like the thrill of watching football and that's it, and be done with it. But thank you so much, Claire. I can't believe this blew up the way it did because it makes no sense. How do you make a decision? Because she did it on purpose. Mary K Cabot, if you watch her, now she may change her strategies moving forward, but I've seen her in the past. Let's say in the past, definitely in the past. She has tried to always get ahead of the male reporters in that room. I've seen it. I picked up on that months ago. So based off this, at a volunteer rookie minicamp where nobody was there, she wanted to her name out there and to get ahead of the story. That's why she did it, y'all. She wanted to get ahead of something that doesn't even exist. Now she's trending again. And now she feels like she's a victim. Now she playing victim for something that she created. That's it, Vestas. That's it, Vestas. That's it, Vestas. That's it. That's why she did it. That's why she did it. But thank you again, Claire. But that's why she did it. That's why she did it. She wanted to get head of, because I'm pretty sure she probably got the same information as the other beat writers, but she was like, oh, I'm finna get ahead of my counterparts. I don't know why she feel like it's a race. Maybe because she feel like she's the only woman in the room and it's too many men and she wants herself known and try to get recognition. But that breaking news that she put out there, it definitely is breaking news, because that news is breaking news. It's definitely breaking news. I didn't tell her that, Coach Monken. Yeah, Coach Monken said I didn't tell her that. Coach Monken said, Coach Monken, this is what we're gonna say, y'all. And this why I don't like this. Why y'all investors, y'all did this to me. Y'all don't pull me back into this Mary K Cabot world. I don't even like reporting on this lady. And hopefully this is the last time I got to report on this lady until she make the wrong move again. Y'all investors undid this. Y'all put me back in this. But Todd Monken says he will have and name the QB1 before the first preseason after OTAs. And I think the last date of OTAs is June the 11th. So that week after June 11th, we will hear who the QB1 is. And guess what? Let me go ahead and put it out here, because I just picked up something for Todd Monken, right? It may not even be no official tracker. I don't know who created that tracker last year, but I don't think Todd Monken is not even going to entertain a tracker this year, which I'm going to say that is good. Todd Monken has been so transparent with us that I think whatever Todd Monken says, it's the truth. If he says that Deshaun Watson beat out SHEDEUR Sanders a little bit, okay, Deshaun Watson go start. Okay, cool. Okay. If he says that SHEDEUR Sanders is going to be QB1, okay, that's what it is. I'm okay with not a tracker this year, y'all. I think Todd Monken would be honest about us. Now, I am going to say here, because I've told you my opinion about it, and I'm going to give my girl credit. WhatSheSaidSports, she came out and she said it differently from me, because I was talking about the salary. But she said, hey, Vestas and everybody that was under her trial, WhatSheSaidSports is, you know what? I don't mind Deshaun Watson going out there being first, because this is a new O-line. We don't even know what the new O-line looks like. They haven't even built chemistry yet. So let Deshun Watson go out there and be the first quarterback behind that new offensive line that hasn't even gelled yet. They haven't even built the chemistry yet, y'all. So let Deshaun Watson go out there and get behind that line. Now, just know that line will probably not be, showcased until the third preseason. And then, of course, in week 1, week 2. But let Deshaun Watson go out there, y'all. Let Deshaun Watson start. I'm definitely going to say it. Preseason game 3, week 1, week 2. So that O-line can go ahead and start jail and build that foundation. After that, yank him out. We got a brand new O-line that we don't know what they're going to look like. We got a rookie on the O-line. We don't know how he's really going to guard, y'all. Hey, I don't have no issue with, I don't have an issue with Deshaun Watson starting, because this is a brand new O-line. It is what it is, y'all. Hey, it's cool. Come on with it. I'm cool with Deshaun starting to just do the right thing. Yeah. Let Deshaun go out there and do a test run on that new offensive line. That's my words I was trying to get. Let Deshaun Watson go out there and do a test run on that offensive lineman. Too easy. What's up, 420? Everybody, Shilo set the record straight. It's about to get dangerous. And definitely the Cleveland Browns, Mary K Cabot, beat writer. She got 2 fan bases about to rip her apart, and they still ripping her apart, y'all. But I will be back tonight. Claire, thank you for your love. And your support. I'll be back tonight at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because we got something to talk about. But hey, we did most of the talking this morning, so it'll probably be a very small lineup. But Vestas, I will see you soon, and thank you for all of your love and attention. This morning, and I think Cyrus's this ain't the last time to send his name comes with a bag. Oh yeah. I agree with you. Oh yeah, now that they on struck gold. Oh, I think the media will now definitely start going harder on SHEDEUR Sanders just to try to trigger Shilo Sanders. And then, and before I go, Shilo said this because Deion Sanders had gave his input on the beach. I'll bring that back tonight. But also, Shilo Sanders said this regarding the Sanders name, and then I'll let y'all go. It was very small. Do I have it here? Oh, here you go. No, not that one. I'll bring it back tonight. Is this the one? Oh, here you go. So here's Deion Sanders' name regarding the internet, and Shilo Sanders is going to end that, and then I end the show because I'll see you later, Vestas.
I agree, bro. Internet stuff is really just like fun and games. Like at the end of the day, it's entertainment. If you sit on here and take everything personal that is made for entertainment, then it's just really stupid.
That's Coach Prime talking.
I agree, bro. Internet stuff is really just like fun and games. Like at the end of the day, it's entertainment. If you sit on here and take everything personal that is made for entertainment, then it's just really stupid. Even when people talk about us as a family, like we know why you got bills to pay, bills due every month. So at the end of the day, like you got to make your money somehow if this is your avenue with entertainment and media. So that's how we look at it.
I told y'all Mary K Cabot ain't never seen this much money in her life. That's why she does what she does. She has never seen this much money. Even Cleveland has never seen this much money in their life. And that's why I said, investors, that's why y'all said it too. If Jimmy Haslam, because he's not falling into Mary K Cabot trap, Jimmy, if you want to make that money that you want to make, you already got SHEDEUR Sanders. Go ahead and sign Shilo Sanders if he wants it for a year or two. You mean to tell me you would have SHEDEUR and Shilo in the same building? But I think Shilo, the way that he got a distaste in his mouth for Mary Kay, he won't last that long in Cleveland. he'll be putting that lady in place and getting fined and everything. He probably would never even want to come to Cleveland. Probably Jacksonville, but definitely not Cleveland. But we shall see, Velsters. We shall see. So, Velsters, until next time, make sure you get your notes, your drink, and your vest. And stay vested up 365 degrees. And make sure you come back to Tony Talk Vested Up Compelling Sports Edge. 7:45 tonight, Vestas, 7:45. All right, Vestas, talk to you later. I'm going to leave on this note right here. Nasty, Amber. Nasty.